Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it's about 11:15 at night. If you hear noise in the background, it's because all the guys are piled up in the living room watching The Flash. And I'm going to be heading for Tallahassee in the morning to go to the FSU homecoming game at my aunt's, and I'm making a couple appetizers tonight to take to the game. So I thought I would show you guys some really cool, easy appetizers. Those are going to be all cold appetizers, so that I can just put them out as soon as I get there, because I'm literally probably going to be sliding in the door as the game starts. So I'll just take you step by step how to make them. These are quick, easy, no-bake appetizers. And I think I'm going to make some macaroons though, but those are super simple. So I go ahead and get my hair up and out of the way, because I don't ever cook with my hair down, and go ahead and get started and get cooking. The first dip I'm going to make is a Greek dip. It's like a Greek layered dip, and what we are going to need is 1 cup of Greek yogurt. If you do not like Greek yogurt, or it's a little too tart for you, you can substitute cream cheese in, but we like Greek yogurt, so that's what we're using. And then it calls for 3 cloves of garlic. This is more than 3 cloves, but we are a garlic-loving family. So garlic, the juice of half a lemon, and a teaspoon of oregano, and this is more like 2 teaspoons. I just wanted to add a little extra. And 1/2 cup of, it calls for grated mozzarella, but all I have is shredded mozzarella, so that is what I am using. And you're going to mix all this together, and you're just going to use a pie plate, and you're going to press it into the bottom, spread it all out even in the bottom of a pie plate after it is all mixed together. And this is a dip that requires at least 4 hours of refrigeration before you eat it. This is going to be refrigerated overnight and will not be eaten until tomorrow afternoon. So that is the first step. Let me get the rest of the ingredients and we'll go. Okay guys, I have my yogurt mixture here, and it calls for 8 ounces of hummus. This is like a 16 or a 17 ounce container. So I'm just going to use about half of it. And I'm just going to put this all around and spread this out, and then I will go to the next layer. Okay, so I've added a layer of hummus to the top, and then we're going to add cucumbers. These are just seeded and diced, and it is 1 medium cucumber, and just sprinkle this over the top. And it probably should be diced up smaller than this, but time is of the essence tonight. I still haven't packed, and I still have 3 more dishes to make. And it is now almost close to midnight, because what you did not see filmed is I opened my spice cabinet, and a whole bunch of my spices fell out. There were glass jars and shattered everywhere, so we had a slight cleanup issue. Okay, so cucumbers are down. Then we have diced tomatoes. I'm going to put a layer of diced tomatoes. And just kind of try and spread it all the way out to the edge, so that when you use the pita chips, you'll be able to get a little bit of everything in it when you dip it. And these are Kalamata olives that are sliced. So we'll put a 1/2 cup of these. It was 1 medium cucumber diced, and it called for 2 to 3 Roma tomatoes. I had plum tomatoes, so I just diced up about 1 cup of plum tomatoes to put on here. So you can't go wrong with that. I don't think it really matters the kind of tomatoes. You could dice up cherry tomatoes or whatever, as long as they're not super juicy and going to put a lot of liquid. Okay, so now I have the olives, And these are green onions, and it said chop up some of the white and the green. Probably am not going to use all of these because honestly I'm not a huge onion person. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on here so that if people don't like them, they can avoid them. So there are the onions. Then I had some fresh parsley, and I'm going to add some fresh parsley to the top. And then it called for, you could add in fresh basil or fresh mint. I didn't have any at the moment. The hurricane came through and anything that pretty much was leaves was stripped off except for sweet potatoes in my garden. So I don't have many fresh herbs right now, but I do have some basil, some dried. So I'm just going to add some dried basil to the top. And then I'm just going to add some dried mint to the top. And then I'm just going to grate a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Also, just because I think everything tastes better with just a little bit of salt on top. And then I'm going to put this in the fridge overnight, and the mixture in the bottom should solidify up a little bit more so it's not quite so sloshy. And then I'm going to cover it really well so that I can pack it for transport. And I'm going to serve this with pita chips. I almost forgot, add some crumbled feta to the top whenever you, right before you serve it. You can do it before. The recipe calls right before you serve it. I'm just going to go ahead and add it now before I wrap it up so that it's on there. Guys, I am on to my second dip I'm making, which is going to be a 7-layer dip. And this one I have made, I can't even tell you how many times. It's super easy, and I'm actually going to make 2 of them. I'm leaving one here for the guys. We have family that's actually in this weekend, and I'm going to leave a small one for them, and then I'm taking one to Tallahassee with me. So this is more than what you need to make a single one, because I'm actually going to just make 2 smaller ones. So you need 2 things of refried beans. I probably will only use about 1 and maybe a half of this. I doubt I'm going to use 2 whole ones. And to that you mix taco seasoning. You can make your own. I'm still trying to use up some of these that I had in the cabinet. So you mix the taco seasoning with the refried beans. No cooking, you just mix it together. And then from there, that's going to be on your base. You're going to layer. You're going to layer your sour cream, guacamole, Rotel tomatoes, black olives, shredded cheese, and cilantro. I'll go ahead and make up the beans and then show you how to go from there. Okay, I have my beans mixed with the taco seasoning in here. I ended up only using 1 can. It was plenty. And to that, I'm going to add guacamole. I like to do it from scratch when I can, and you know, like hummus from scratch, and the avocado making it from scratch, but it's a time issue tonight. So a lot of this stuff I just bought already pre-made so that I could put it together. So I'm going to do a layer of guacamole, and then I'm going to add a layer of sour cream on top of that. Okay guys, I have the bean layer, the guacamole layer, the sour cream layer. So now this is just the Walmart brand of Rotel. I like the Rotel better, but like I said, I was in a hurry and they were completely out of the mild Rotel when I was at the store. So I'm just going to put 1 can, and I try and drain off as much of it as I can because you don't want it real liquidy. So I drain off the juice, and then I'm going to put a layer of Rotel, and then I'm going to put a layer of black olives. Okay, I have the Rotel on, and I am going to add 1 can of the chopped black olives. And to this, I'm going to add the shredded cheese. It doesn't matter what kind you use. This is just the Fiesta blend. I think Sharp is the best. I like that one the best. But I was buying stuff that I could use for multiple recipes, and this is it. So do a nice good layer of Sharp cheese on top. Okay, and after this, we're gonna add our cilantro. Okay guys, this is what it looks like once it is all made up. You can chop the cilantro up smaller if you want. I just rough chop it and put it on the top, and I serve this with tortilla chips. Okay guys, the last thing that I am making is a super quick and easy dessert. There's about 6 cups of just sweetened coconut flakes in here. And to that, I'm going to put one 14-ounce container of sweetened condensed milk. Okay. And then 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. And this is just vanilla that I make. And I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to pour some in. And that looks like about 2 tablespoons. And I'm going to mix it well and make it into balls and put it on some parchment paper. So I'm going to head and mix it and then show you what I do next. Okay, I mixed everything in really well, and you oil your hands up with a little bit of coconut oil or olive oil. Put them into balls, put them on baking sheets, and bake at 350 for 12 to 18 minutes, depending on your oven, until they're lightly brown and the edges are crisp. Okay guys, I have baked these at 350 until they got golden brown on top, and they're cooked all the way through, and I've been letting them sit here for about 10 minutes, cooling off. Put about a half a cup of chocolate chips with just a spoonful of coconut oil in the microwave. It calls for doing them on a double broiler, but I'm in a hurry, so I just did it in the microwave. And you melt and stir until it is smooth, and then you just take the chocolate and drizzle it over the macaroons and then let it sit back up, and then you can store them and take them in. It looks like a fancy dessert that you did, and it's literally you know, like a 4-ingredient dessert, and they're delicious and just super easy to make. These are great holidays for taking around to people also. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my practically no-bake appetizers and desserts.